I think there's a lot we can do to sell the culture of our organisations, the um, the inclusive nature of them, the fact that insurance companies are a great place to work. In my experience, anyway, that it's a really interesting product that is has a real sort of social value. I think you as a D&I professional, you can really help hone that culture, contribute to it, of course, improve it with things like initiatives to measure inclusion and to improve them, but also to emphasize how much importance you place on that sort of thing. And sometimes I think it can be a little bit of a assumption. When I came into Ageas, I was really struck by what a great culture it had, how welcoming it was, how inclusive. But I think people just sort of just take it for granted because that's what they know. So really sort of articulating what a sort of great place it is to work, how flexible the roles can be, how you've got lots of opportunities to move around, do different things, interesting things. I think emphasising the ability to work flexibly is another thing that D&I professionals can really lead on. The more we know, it's more and more research coming through. The more flexibility you offer, the greater the pipeline of applicants that you will get. The more likely you are to retain people and for them to progress. Diverse talent in all its forms. So I think the other thing I just mentioned is the opportunity to reskill as well, and to articulate the sort of transferable skills that you can bring into tech, so that you don't need to have always been you don't need to have studied computer science all the way through to degree level or beyond in order to get a job in tech, in insurance. There's many people who've done other roles and have moved into tech, or who have roles that are nominally in IT but don't necessarily involve something very technical. So I think it's as an industry, not just D&I people, we could perhaps do a bit more to sell those roles and to make those points. I think there's a lot more we could do to sell the merits of a career in tech, to show the female role models who do exist. What we've done in Ageas is to sort of have a lead person in every function who's responsible for driving the D&I activity, because every function's got a slightly different challenge. And for our IT function, it is absolutely to attract women into our sort of entry-level roles, because we know that once they do come in, they could do very well and they progress through the organisation, but it's that sort of initial attraction that seems to be the big challenge. I'm a bit of a broken record about it, but we've got to get this flexible working offer right in the insurance industry, and we still don't. There's still resistance to it. I still hear people saying, no, this role's got to be done full time. I just can't facilitate any flexibility. If we don't get it right, then we're going to lose out to talent. They're going to go elsewhere, because young people in particular expect flexibility when they join the sort of working population. But of course, all generations appreciate flexibility in different forms. And I just don't believe that there isn't a job that can't be done with an element of flexibility. It might not be available 2 days a week or whatever, but it might. There's always something that can be negotiated, I think. And if it does need somebody there full time, then there's ways around that. Job shares, or compressed hours, and or hours being divvied out on a different basis. Because if you do get it right, then you just open up the industry to so many more diverse people. And I've been involved in initiatives in the recent past where we know that by advertising roles on a flexible basis, any role you put out there, if you make it really clear that it's available, then you can increase your applicant numbers massively, and a whole new swathe of talent can come through the door. So that's what I often come back to.